One can agree that the 2010 flood is something we never want to experience again. If there is another 1,000-year flood, well, Mayor Carl Dean wants downtown Nashville to be spared, but it would take an expensive flood prevention system to do it. News Channel 5's Todd Walker is live along the Cumberland tonight. Todd, Metro Council will have to approve the project, of course, and already there are some skeptics.
Well, yeah, Rory, mainly because it would only protect right here along the western bank of the Cumberland, just downtown. Everywhere else that flooded before, it would flood again.
5 years ago right now, Nashvillians were looking at this scene of downtown. Many of the city's historic landmarks were underwater. Nearly $2 billion worth of damage would eventually emerge from the muck and water.
If it happened again, the expense would be even greater.
Now that the city has recovered and then some, city leaders want to make sure downtown is never flooded like that again.
We're going to install a pump station just the upstream side of the Siegenthaler Bridge.
A $100 million project, which includes a huge pump station, a permanent and removable flood wall, and valves to close off underground drainage and sewage tunnels that flow into the river. It only protects downtown, and that concerned council members several ways. First, every other area of town that flooded before would flood the same way again.
I do think we need to protect downtown. I don't disagree with that. However, it just concerns me. We're putting that water on somebody else.
Metro Water says the plan would only raise the water levels in the area by 1/16 of an inch if the 2010 flood was repeated.
I will acknowledge that we're not doing anything to help East Nashville with this project, and that doesn't mean we won't in the future, but this isn't adding any additional harm.
Then there was how to pay for it.
You're asking 34 districts to finance protecting downtown Nashville.
The money for the project would come from residential water bills.
And these are some of the wealthiest people in Nashville. They're getting a huge windfall here when we build this wall for them. And it seems like we ought to capture those savings and apply some of that money back to this project.
It's kind of a difficult position to be placed in, arguing with you about the merits of a project that will mitigate the risks that we saw happen that resulted in $2 billion worth of damage.
Now, this would be a bond project, so that $100 million total would be broken up over the years, $8 million at a time. Because it's done in those chunks, the director of Metro Water says that people's rates should not go up. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Todd Walker, News Channel 5 HD.